This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in North Glen, Colorado. I'm here at the North Glen Square at the Old Wagon Antique Mall. Since 2008, they have provided a variety of merchandise, both antiques and vintage. I'm here with the owner. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. I mean, it's been over a year here. You've taken over the mall. I understand even come out of retirement to do so. Share with me a little bit about life before the mall and why you decided to get involved.
I've been in the antique business for 20 years now, and we were a dealer in this mall, and I've been in dealers all throughout. So when this came available, the lady asked me that owned it if I was interested in buying it. I said, yeah, I'd love to own it. So before I retired from the phone company, and then I've been doing this or doing nothing. I was getting bored, so that I thought I'll try something different. And when she offered it, I said I'll take it. So I was excited to do that, and we got a deal going. We got to work through, and I've been really enjoying it so far.
That is excellent. A great transition. Let's first of all, let's define an antique for folks out there. I mean, what is an antique? Is that a certain age or year? How does that work?
Technically, it's supposed to be over 70 years old, okay, but it can be older. We've had pieces in here back in 1782, I think it was. So they vary. I mean, nowadays it's more antiques and collectibles, but they vary in age. So.
Vary in age. What do you think it is? What is the attraction of someone wanting to own an antique? I mean, do we like items to be connected to kind of to yesteryear? Do people enjoy that? Is it also a conversation piece they love just kind of having in their home?
I think it's both. I think they really enjoy having it. The people that I sell to, I think they really enjoy seeing. They buy this piece and they take it home and it fits where they want. My thing is that buying antiques kind of died off for a while, but now it's coming back because people are buying furniture that has been around for 100 years, and it'll probably be around for another 100 years.
It's stood the test of time, obviously. I mean, this is a great shop, obviously, for collectors to come in, find something, but this is also great for just the everyday shopper who is looking for something unique. I mean, you're not going to find some of this stuff at the big box store down the street.
That's true. And the young people are starting to come into it now too. I have a young 8-year-old. He's been collecting coins now for years, and every time he comes in and gets a new coin, he's so excited. So it's not just the older people. It's the younger people starting to get into it too.
There's some cool stuff in here as I walk around. I mean, a lot of square footage you have here. When you're looking at an antique, I see the word vintage a lot. How does antique and vintage, are they kind of the same, or what is that?
For me, I consider vintage more in the 60s, 50s and 60s. Okay. Antiques are usually, right around the turn of the century. So that's how I verified the two. So
I see everything from knickknacks all the way up to furniture. I mean, you guys got quite a bit here. How many square feet you got packed in here, and how long would you give the shopper a browser to look around? It'd probably take a good amount of time.
There's 8,000 square feet, so it's pretty big. And usually it takes about an hour and a half, so that's not too bad. So.
I mean, I would imagine you guys have been here for the location here for nearly 12 years here. You probably have some regulars as well. I think what makes it exciting for those regulars, or anyone for that matter, is the fact that your inventory probably almost changes daily. I mean, it's always changing because you got new people. Is that kind of exciting for the shoppers?
That's what I think keeps the shoppers coming back, is the fact that we keep having new things and new items coming in all the time. So I think it's important for that, because you have, one-time shoppers that come in one time, and then you got the regulars that come in, and you got to have a variety so everybody can see what's out there.
See what's out there. Like you said, you understand because you were a dealer yourself. How many dealers you got here under one roof at any given time?
I think right now I got 80. So And it's for a person my age, it's a little harder than it seems. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good with it. So
Hard to keep track of all of them out there as well. I mean, this is not only an exciting opportunity for the shoppers out there, but also for the vendors. I mean, for people who want to maybe try their hand at selling, they can start out small, maybe in a display case, and work themselves up to a space. Tell me about the vendor opportunity. Are you able to bring on new vendors all the time?
I try to bring on new vendors. Yes, we have. There's always a reason for someone leaving, but we seem to keep people in here quite a bit. The vendors, I've had a lot of new ones, and they usually start out in a showcase, and then they move to a space. And some of them do rather well because it's what they bring in, and it's something new. So people like that. They like to see the things that are coming to you. You know.
It's a great place for vendors because of the fact that they can keep their overhead low. Like we said before, I mean, it's kind of neat for a vendor to keep their overhead low, yet try their hand at selling. Basically, this is a lot of inventory to take care of. I mean, is it just yourself? And tell me about your team that is able to keep everything up to par.
Bill Warner over here, he's my main guy. He came in, and I was doing so much of the bookwork, and he was organizing, and he did most of the organizing. He helped this place turn out to be the way it is. I mean, organizing things that I could never even organize. So it's nice to have somebody like him come along and help me. So.
That is excellent. Now, for folks out there that obviously are not looking for something in particular, maybe they're browsing the store, that's one thing. But what about somebody who's looking for something particular? Maybe they're looking for something. Are they able to contact Bill and maybe he can keep an eye out for them?
He does, and I do. We both know the store. We're pretty good about knowing where everything's at. But again, I think there's 280,000 pieces here, so it's you can't really pin it down to one item, you know.
Nope, it's hard to keep an eye out for something that many pieces on the floor. I mean, we're talking about paying a small monthly fee, paying a small percentage. Is the shop pretty much open? 6 days a week, and pretty accessible to the folks out there?
Yes, we're open from 10:30 to 6 months, or 10:30 to 5:30. We changed it, and we are open on Sundays from 12 to 5 now. So
10 to 5, and obviously we just got done with the holiday season, probably a pretty busy time for you. If a vendor wants to get involved out there, do they just contact you? They come in, and do they kind of explain what their wares are?
We have a waiting list, so they have to come in and sign up for a waiting list so that I can screen the people that come in. I'm pretty particular of what I bring in here, so as you can tell.
Absolutely. I mean, I see so much product here, really literally thousands of items across the floor here. I see new dealers coming in back there. You got a sign for new dealers as well. This is something that you pretty much came out of retirement for, yet you've had your hand in antiques for many years. Does it continue to be rewarding for you? And it sounds like you're having a good time with it.
The other day, a lady came in. She bought this dresser, and she was so excited about it. That's what I get the pleasure out of, is watching somebody buy something that they really enjoy and want, you know. And that's where I get my excitement. As being around antiques all the time, I think it's kind of fun to be able to watch a piece of history go out the door, knowing that piece of history is American history. You know, some of this stuff probably came over in a covered wagon, believe it or not. So you know, it's kind of fun to see where it goes. I'd love to know the history of some of the pieces.
I would imagine every piece in here probably has a story. That's what makes it so unique and exciting. Like I say, the organization has been here since 2008. You've come on at the helm here. What do you see for the future of the store? Are you looking to keep it the same way it is? Are you looking to maybe use social media like Facebook and websites to maybe give people a peek into what you've got here?
We're on Facebook. We do Facebook every week. There's usually one or two in there. So if they find Old Wagon Antique Mall and like me, they'll be on. And any of the future things that we have coming, usually we put out on Facebook. So we've already learned the social media is important.
That is exciting. It's great for folks out there. It's a great way for them to take a look in the shop here. Honestly, you've got, like you said, nearly 10,000 square feet of inventory here. It changes all the time. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. You can also see the Facebook page there. We've been giving you a glimpse of the shop here. Quite a few items you can come down, take a look at. They got ample parking outside, very accessible for you. This is an organization that began back in 2008. You're bound to find something here unique. Everything from antique to art to vintage, retro, you name it. You're going to find it right here at the Old Wagon Antique Mall since 2008 here in North Glen. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.